Are we ready? Are we set to begin?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Okay. We start in the small village of Tamsworth, a quiet village set along the long road heading from Glannam to the dwarven settlement of Ironmaster in the north. This road spans the majority of Glannam in a sort of casually northeastern roadway. Tamsworth is a town that is becoming more prosperous as time goes on. It's along the long road itself, and it is pretty famous for the game that surrounds it, especially the pelts and the leathers. There is a hunting lodge here, the Tamsworth Lodge, given the name simply, which is the only hunting lodge for a few villages and towns surrounding. So you get quite a lot of travel there with people trying to sell their pelts in the nearby marketplace to merchants travelling along the long road, who often stop here and will sell them further north and further south. North for necessity and south for cosmetic. That is where you find yourself. You are in probably the lesser of the two taverns in this town, the Frog and Hammer. Slightly more down market than the Traveller's Notch, but still somewhat reputable.
Sorry, what was it called?
The Frog and Hammer. Traveller's Notch is the other one. The Traveller's Notch is known for having the only lodging in town, but the Frog and Hammer has something slightly a little bit more valuable for folk of your bent. The notice board. For some reason, Yara, the wife of Cliff, and together they make the proprietors of this inn, have cut a deal, I suppose, with Sheriff Radford to get the notice board put up in the Frog and Hammer. And this draws quite a lot of adventurers, or those looking to make a quick coin to the Frog and Hammer itself, but also tends to draw a few more ill-bent folk. Not necessarily ill intent, just a little bit more motley than you'd likely see in the Traveller's Notch. Though the Traveller's Notch, once again, has the only lodgings in town. But you find yourself in the Frog and Hammer. And one of you in particular, looking at the notice board, you've been travelling for some time and your coin reserves are starting to run pretty low, you'd say. And you're sort of standing there looking up at this board, because the board is certainly taller than you. And would you like to give the name and describe your character for us, please, Tom?
So I am Alvin Burntoke, also known as the Flame Tongue. I'm a gnomish wizard from the forest of Talloween. I'm 3.5 feet tall. I've got shortish brown hair around the sides, but it's a bit floppier on top. Grey eyes, quite a sharp jawline, quite a disarmingly handsome gnome altogether, quite slim. In terms of what I'm wearing, I've got what looks like a fine dinner suit, but it's closer inspection shows that it's actually quite hard wearing. It's a waistcoat and jacket, a feather jacket to 3/4. It's a kind of like greeny brown jacket. A slightly different shade of brown, a lighter brown in terms of the waistcoat. White shirt, white trousers, brown leather shoes. Everything's kind of got patches on it, so there's like leather elbow patches on it that sort of shows that I've been on the road for a while. The only real bit of luxury I've got is a simple red tie that I keep, but I'm a bit vain, so like a flash of colour. And I've got a quarterstaff in my hand. Well, a quarterstaff for my height anyway. Made of what looks like charred wood.
Okay, you're looking up at the notice board. Or can I have your passive perception?
Passive perception is 10.
10. Okay.
What's your surname? Alvin
Burnt Oak.
So you're looking up at the notice board, and you spot a few things that are of interest to you. First thing you see is something denoting a strange beast attacking caravans along the long road. No witnesses are found. It says, see Gwendolyn at the Tamsworth Lodge for more information. That's okay. Not really survival based.
Can I pause because our pizza's arrived?
Of course.
Hello.
Okay. So you are looking up at the notice board. Like I said, you've seen a notice sort of saying strange beast attacking caravans on the road. No witnesses, see Gwendolyn at the Tamsworth Lodge for more information. You're not really that knowledgeable about survival skills or tracking beasts, but another one catches your eyes. Bandit spotted 2 miles westward of Tamsworth along the North Road. Significant reward for capture or defeat. Use Sheriff Radford for more information. But just as you're reading this, sort of a large hairy arm reaches over your shoulder and sort of pulls it away from you. And he is looking at it. You sort of turn around and see a late 20s man who's already starting to bald. He's heavy of brow and sort of sinewy and thick, like an oak tree. He's clearly muscular. He looks at you and sort of snatches it out from over it. Begins reading it himself.
I put my arms on my face. Excuse me, I was reading that first.
He looks at you and goes, "Look how small you are." Rubbish, mate.
Ruffian, size does not matter. I could turn you into a ball if I wanted, but I'm not because I'm being nice.
I think he wasn't autistic.
Now please, return that to the notice board so we can both read it.
And who are you?
I'm Alvin Burntook. You not heard of me?
No, of course not. This is not suited for you. You pipsqueak. You got stomped in a minute. Anyway, I doubt you even have anyone to go with you. Do you have a party? Do you have some friends? Show me.
Of course I have friends.
Point them out then.
I look around at this point.
And just at this moment, a door opens and striding through, drawing quite a lot of eyes and attention. There's someone you haven't quite seen before. Simon, would you like to describe your character, please? Unfortunately, at this point, the recording cut off. The wire or the USB was a bit funny. But at this point, Beak, Simon's character, enters the inn and drawing quite a sight as he is Kenku, standing just under 5 foot tall with strong avian inches, predominantly the beak. His face and body are covered in soft black feathers with a sharp beak that protrudes from his face. He has scrawny limbs with tanned feet and hands. His beady obsidian eyes flicker about the room, desperate for new sights and new information, though he doesn't seem to make eye contact with anyone in the room. He's wearing relatively plain leather armour over form-fitting shirt and trousers that are wrapped in fabric around his ankles and wrists, lacking shoes on his feet, and around his neck is a dark patterned maroon scarf that spills out of his hooded charcoal cloak. It's quite prominent how clean his attire is for someone who probably spends a lot of time on the road and someone who is a Kenku. He has a small backpack, a quiver and a bow, and at his side is a plain and unremarkable rapier. At this point, Beak has entered the room, or the tavern rather, and Alvin Burntoke has declared that Beak is part of his party, though despite never actually meeting before. Confused and curious, Beak came over and sort of came to the aid of Alvin Burntoke, where this bald man called his party over. His allies, it seems, a halfling, a half-orc woman, quite slender and sinewy in strength, a man dressed in plain brown robes, and finally a suave, charming-looking half-elf with long, flowing blonde hair. And we'll return back to the recording now. Unfortunately, it did cut off. This happens a little bit later down the line for a significantly larger portion of time, and then I will fill in once again. Don't know why it stopped recording, but whatever. So do you want to finish your description, Pete?
Yeah, I'll just start again. So, my character's called Sir Valeric Shieldheart. He is a 6'2" human, quite broad-shouldered, big athletic build. He has quite a regal face with a sharp jawline and stark black stubble, along with wavy shoulder-length black hair and keen brown eyes. He's quite a good-looking man, attracted many the tavern wench in his time. He's armoured in chainmail with a tabard over the top of it with the gauntlet of Torm on it, and a long flowing cloak and shield, which are both also decorated with the gauntlet of Torm. It's really showing this off. He also has a signet ring tucked away, hidden within the folds of his cloak, and he's got his trusty longsword hanging at his side, along with his shield and some javelins on his back.
This is quickly shaping up to be some form of bar brawl. They brandish their fists, but they haven't drawn their weapons. Roll for initiative, please.
You can have it. It's not very good, but you can.
I'll start with Alvin.
14.
Okay, Beak.
21.
Valerie.
3.
Remind me your character's name back?
Garth.
Garth.
8.
And Gruff.
17.
Okay, just to give a bit of context, Garth, you've sort of been sitting there probably in a quiet corner sort of observing this happen, and you've seen this gnome stand at a notice board, a crow man walk in, without wings or anything like that, but his beak is very clearly prominent, drawing quite silence and almost awed stares from everyone around the room. And then as this band, Sias and these four others have come to sort of intimidate these two, a man has stepped in the way, sort of in quite well armoured regalia. You've sort of been sitting there observing it this whole time. Meanwhile, Gruff has been. You've found a place in this kitchen during your travels. Your cooking is well respected and good.
Yep.
So you've been cooking here for a little while. Certainly bringing up the food here. And you've been walking out with some plates for customers.
Yep.
Your classic Orkton stew.
Yep.
When you've seen this unfold, you're no stranger to combat, and you've just you've seen this party, the Roughriders they've called, Sias, this bald-in man, Ramba, this clearly some sort of conjurer or wizard or something like that, who's sort of taken a sideline, sat back down again, and 3 others you don't know the name of, a slight half-orc, a halfling with a symbol around his neck you don't recognise, and a sort of gallant looking half elf as well, who's wearing sort of road leathers. Let me just roll initiative for them, and then we'll get us underway.
Get out my pub.
Get out of my pub! You're bored! Okay.
Oh.
8. So we rolled 15. Everything's sitting out. Okay, the first act is actually you, Gruff. You saw this happen a while back. Do you want to just describe your character for everyone, please?
Okay. So he's so Griff McGorton. He's half orc. He's not the most, even though he's seen combat in recent years since he's left the Cookery College, as it were. He's been on his own for the last couple of years, trying to roam the land. So he's become proficient in hunting for his own food and everything. But you can tell clearly from his physique, he's not a tall, athletic half orc you might imagine. You know, he's about 5'11", 5'10", slightly on the pudgy side. Brown face, bald. At the moment, I'm wearing my cook's apron.
Smashing cheap wig and the half.
Yeah, that's it. And then, but normally I'd have my like leather kind of apron thing on. But now I'm just working my cooking apron. What else was I say? Yeah. So yeah, normal days I'd be out with my bow. I also have a hand axe as well. But at the moment, I think the only thing disposable I have is this tray. So I walk up. So,
So you are getting involved, yeah?
oh, of course, this is. I don't want this happening in my pub.
Okay.
Well, I say my pub. I'm basically running the bar at the moment. For some reason, okay. So I walk over.
The kitchen, you mean?
The kitchen.
That's it.
So I just see this going on, and I guess I'm trying to think who I'd go for.
There's a female half orc.
Yeah.
There's a bald-in man.
Bald-in man.
There's a halfling about half your size,
Yeah.
and there's this quite tall, quite strapping, with golden locks half elf.
Okay. So I see the half elf in the corner of my eye, and I see something's about to kick off. So I just
So I got out of there.
with the plates still on the tray, I swing up and I just whack it.
Okay, well,
on the head.
stew goes everywhere as you swing them up.
Yeah.
It actually lands over quite an old customer.
There's loads in the back.
Sort of a quite common customer is this old man who sort of goes as you swing down your tray. Can you make me a attack roll, please? You're not proficient in it,
Oh no.
so just your strength bonus.
Okay.
Not proficient in trays,
Who's
unfortunately.
this on? This is on the.
This is on the half elf right now.
So that'd be my D10, would it?
Yeah, no, roll d20
Oh yeah.
and add your strength bonus to the roll.
Okay.
D4, mate.
So I got 20 actually.
A natural 20?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you crit, set off to a good start. You swing the tray over and collide with the back of his head. Basically,
Yeah.
I'm going to give the tray d4 damage.
Okay.
It's basically a club. So you roll d4 twice and then
Yeah.
add your strength bonus once. D4, not d6, my friend.
That's a D6.
D4's a triangle.
That's the one. 3, 2, 5 plus strength 7.
7. Okay, you almost knock him out in a single blow. As a tray hit collides with the back of his head, he staggers forwards and he looks around and goes, "You're just a cook!" As his voice itself, it would seem like it come out like honey, but you can't really probably see it stars at this point. Staggered forward, rests his hand on sort of a nearby table, clutching the back of his head, whirled round upon you. Meanwhile, the little halfling's looking at it, he goes, laughing. Galladon, you got battled around there by the fucking cook. Oh, I'm sorry, Beak, you got a 21. You should act. You can act now, yeah.
Was that Galladon? by the
That
way?
was Galladon, yeah.
It doesn't matter because like Beak was just gonna like put his hand on like Alan's chest and just be like, "What do you require, sir?"
I'm so sorry.
So he's not gonna actually do anything. He's just like, "What do you require, sir?"
Can I reply? I can't reply to it.
And that's in a different voice than you've just had, yeah.
It's like an Alfred, like
Almost like a butler voice, yeah.
What do you require, sir?
The mage who sort of just walked back and sat down again, sort of looks at this going on, and then just sort of sighs once, and sort of just grabs the wine that he was drinking and sort of sups it lightly while looking at what's going on. He doesn't take any effort to sort of get involved in the fight, it seems. However, it's Galladon's turn. The half elf you just clobbed around the back of the head. He whirls round and sort of raises his fist and is going to try and clock you in the face.
Which I have Galladon. It's just like, oh God, what for? What for?
And as he does so, he goes, "A pox on you, sir!" And you feel something sort of come over you a little bit. Sort of weight on the shoulders. 1 second, let me just double check something.
Well, that pizza's nice.
Fucking hell, Peter. Yeah, okay. Jesus, Jack.
Sorry.
As he does so, he goes, "A pox on you, sir," and you feel sort of a weight on your shoulders as if something's sort of just been laying upon you. And he's going to swing to punch at you.
Okay.
I think that's going to miss, though. He doesn't seem to be particularly... Now you get a good look at him, now he's facing you on. He's actually quite thin. And he tries to swing at you, and you sort of step back ably, clearly belaying your image of just a simple, humble cook.
I'm pretty humble.
I'm pretty humble though.
Cerilda, the half-orc, sort of looks at this, goes to reach for her hand axe at her side, and sort of releases them a little bit, and then sort of duck and move forwards quite quickly and sort of try and uppercut you. He's basically just cutting straight past this balding man at the front, the guy you know as a Sias. I was just going to go straight for a punch upon you, Valoric. Or Valoric, rather. Missing as well, though. As he does so, you just sort of shift your body. Are you wearing your armour at this time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be. Okay, you probably just come in just down the road. You haven't time to change up. As he swings, her fist sort of collides with the chain, chain beneath her, and she sort of clutches back and looks up at you, sort of accusatorially, as if almost you were cheating. Next to act is Alvin.
So I turn to Scratch and having with him having Lady Huntress, and I'm just like, take care of them. And then I just punch Osiris in the balls.
Okay, roll to hit, please.
Specifically the balls.
I'm about the right height. He's like twice my height. So This will be strength, won't it?
Mhm.
So this is
You're not proficient with it, so
no, but I got an 18.
Now you're hit.
Is that D4?
Mm-hmm.
So with my strength modifier being -1, I take 1 off the damage, don't I?
Yes.
So that's 2 damage.
I believe actually. Sorry, it's a D3 for just unarmed punch.
Oh, D3.
Yeah.
So how do I do a D3 then?
D6 and half it.
Oh, D6.
So 1, 2 is 1, 2, 3 is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, well I got 2, so half to 1. So I can't do less than 1 damage.
You can't do less than 1.
So
So
I did 1 damage.
you try and punch him, but he turns his body. Clearly, he's wearing armour of some description. He sort of hits his upper thigh. He looks down upon you and sort of chuckles. Just, puny little gnome, look at you. All the while, you're sort of looking at this, almost impassively, I guess you could say. It is now the little halfling's turn, and he sort of bounces up to you and goes, "Come on, let's leave the long shakes to their own business, you and me." And sort of tries to punch you.
Wait, who's he punching?
He's punching Alvin right now.
Was this set in the 1920s? There's also this going on.
There's an elf and a halfling in the same thing.
He hits an arm class of 18 on you.
That hits.
Okay. He's actually got a mean left hook on him. As he punches you, you take 5 points of damage.
What the fuck?
As he does so, you sort of find yourself reeling and he goes, luck's on my side, it seems.
I look really bad after that.
you basically, it's only ever going to knock you out, but you quickly got this growing flower on your cheek, which is already starting to come off the dark bruise. And he looks and goes, easy jobbins. Next to act is Garth.
Oh shit. I'm going to get up. I'll go to the other wizard.
Have we got the description?
Describe yourself as now you sort of move yourself into the fold.
Garth is a dark-skinned man in his maybe late 20s, 30s, sort of with the sort of dreadlocks. He's sort of dressed in sort of quite nice winter clothes with this nice blue overcoat. Sort of see a dagger poking out from his side, and a sort of light crossbow sort of at his side as well, at his other side. He's dressed quite finely and sort of carries himself with a sort of quiet confidence, but not really an arrogance. And he's sort of, well, that's about it in a nutshell, really. He's not really wearing any armour. He's just sort of wearing winter clothes. And he sort of goes up to the other wizard at the other table and goes, "It's rather barbaric, is it not?"
It is, but they get the job done. Are you with?
Yes. A bit barbaric, but one can never deny the fun of it, and able to sort of grab a chair, sort of flip it over in like one hand, and then just go and fucking crack the halfling off the back of the head. And he sort of turns around when he's walking, he's like, "Always go for the children, eh?" Just fucking whacks them.
Always go for the children. That's going in the book.
That'll be a 1.
You
not
try-
not natural one, but a 2 with the minus 1.
You try to swing, but you stumble, and the chair sort of shatters against the ground. And you hear a sort of cry of alarm from the man behind the bar, like, "Ah, my chair!"
I'll fix it.
And then
Eventually.
the halfling turns around and goes, "We're doing a thing here. Just leave the small ones to it."
I tripped.
Are you a human? Just to clarify, yeah.
Asias' turn. He looks to see that Strahd sort of called dibs on Alvin. He goes, "Take care of that one, Strahd," and turns to face you. And he's just gonna punch at you, Valeric. Maybe. Armor class of 17 on you. Bearing in mind you won't have your shield at this point.
How much does the shield add?
+2, I believe.
Okay, yeah, that will be a hit then.
Okay, so as he swings to you, it's only a glancing blow, but he seems pretty strong. You take 4 points of damage. He sort of punches you, trying to aim for your chest, but your chin, but you sort of backpedal a little bit. He only sort of ends up hitting you in the sternum. You're a little bit winded, but you're still on your feet. And now it is your turn, Valeric.
Are there 2 of them?
There's 2 of them currently ganging up on you. Yeah. One of them's trying to deal with this half-orc cook that's come out of the woodworks. And B, you're sort of getting away with not being hit here, despite your kind of odd nature. You know, very rare people have seen someone quite as strange as you around these parts.
And sorry, who were the two that were attacking me? The half orc and the.
The female half orc, quite slight and slender, but clearly got strength behind her, and this late 20s, early 30s balding man.
Half my health in 1 point.
Okay.
So when you take your damage.
I am just gonna
So I went from 8 to 3.
Yeah.
take a nice big swing at the balding man.
Okay, go for it.
I might have to calculate.
At this point, most people in the bar are watching. They've cleared a space, and it just sort of turns into a slugfest.
Smite him.
I'm gonna smite him.
For your fists.
That was an 8. So
An 8, unfortunately, that misses. He steps to the side and goes, "The armor's doing you no good now, is it?"
Shut the fuck.
Beak, it's your turn to act.
Heeding Alvin's orders, I raise my fist like the halfling and I say in Alvin's voice, "Take care of them!" And then I. Strength, right?
Yeah.
19.
19, that's it. Who are you punching?
The halfling.
The halfling. Okay, fair enough.
It's D3, right?
Yep. D3 plus your strength.
1.
Okay, you go to punch, but you're not really used to this. You're used to having something more fluid in your hands. You sort of go to punch him. Who's currently got 3 people standing around him, but this seems to be the luckiest halfling alive, and that's saying something because halflings are pretty lucky. And he manages to he's swinging for a punch against Alvin just as you're sort of punching. You only catch him just in the side. It's a glancing blow. Next to act, however, is Gruff McAukton.
So I guess my tray's been destroyed.
The tray is heavily dented, but it's yet to be destroyed.
Um,
It's a tin tray. Well, yeah.
okay, I'm trying to think what I do. I'm looking in my apron and trying to think what would be in there.
A ladle.
Maybe. Yeah, that's more. I was thinking wooden spoon, but I don't think that's quite as effective. I'd throw the tray behind me, clearly
Rolling
used.
pin, maybe?
Oh, rolling pin.
So
Yeah, rolling pin.
Okay, you pull out a rolling pin.
Don't mess with the chef, bitch!
And I guess the half elf's still staring at me, not quite know what's going on as he was.
Yeah. No. He tried to punch you, but
Oh, he
you
did
managed to
try to
dodge
punch
away.
me.
You got
So
strange weight on your shoulders at this point now.
Yeah, so I just swipe at his face.
Go for it. Swipe away, my
So I
friend.
guess that's strength again.
That is yes.
14.
14 is a hit, yes.
Okay. D3 again.
D3 plus your, D4, it's a club plus your strength bonus, please.
There was no.
Is it 2 rolls again?
Pardon?
2 rolls
I
again.
can't really.
No, just one roll because you didn't crit.
5.
5, okay. As you swing with your rolling pin,
Yeah.
you hit him in the side of the face, he just drops to the ground. One of the wizard sitting down goes, knocked out Galladon. I suppose I better get involved now. He sort of slowly gets to his feet, strides up and goes, "No, this is not for me," and sits back down again. Galladon is unconscious. The half orc is going for you. She breaks off, steps back clearly because you're not focused, and looks at goes, "You seem like a treat." Shuffles towards you and tries to punch you in the face, Gruff.
Oh, so what do I need to do?
Just make a note of your armor class.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Well, I
and
don't know
I'll
my
roll,
armor,
and
that's
if it hits, it hits.
Okay.
Oh, you're a half orc, aren't you?
I am.
When you crit, by the way,
Yeah.
you get to add an extra dice. So you should have had,
Brutal critical.
savage attack. You should have had 3d4 rather than 2d4. Just something to note for future.
Oh, yeah.
Armor class of 13 on you though. Bearing in mind you aren't wearing any armor right now.
Yeah, so with armour I'm 13.
With armor you're 13. What's your dex bonus?
+2.
+2.
Yeah.
Okay. So without armor you're probably 12 then. So
Okay.
she goes forward. She punches you in the side of the face. Goes, "Sorry, brother."
You're all related.
Huh?
You're all related.
Okay.
Nah, but it's few enough for you that if you're
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You take. Oh bloody hell! You take.
Should take
What am I doing? 5 points of damage
Oh, bloody hell.
as he punches you in the chest.
Okay.
She punches you in the chest rather. She goes, "Ha!"
I don't know.
We're gonna be fucking later.
We're all going to be dead in the first 3 minutes.
That's alright.
I'm nearly there.
Speaking of, Alvin, your turn.
I presume Beak has sort of stepped in front of me.
Yeah,
to take a
he's
swing at the
yeah.
half thing. I'm like, go get him, bad person! And I step backwards and cast minor illusion and conjure a barrel around myself with one hole in it. And as a bonus action, if you'll allow it, I take my notebook out and start like writing down what everyone said, and like writing down the action of what's going on in my play.
Okay, that's fine. A barrel appears out of nowhere and sort of shelters you. But anyone sort of standing beside you or anywhere, since it's a flat 2D image, they could just see you hiding behind basically a cutout of a barrel, looking through a single hole. Oh dear. The halfling's turn. Are you medium or small?
I think I'm medium, but I'm like 4'9".
Okay, so you're still pretty short yourself. He goes,
Yeah.
well, you'll have to do, since that gnome's hiding behind that cutout. He goes for a swing at you. Missing, probably. Armor class of 11.
Yeah, that's it.
So he tries to swing at you, but you sort of step back. You're quite nimble and fast on your feet, all things considered. And Garth, it's your turn.
I sort of turn around and see the wizard get up and then sit down and go, I can't have you get involved. I'm going to cast sleep on the wizard. I mean...
Okay, so how does sleep work again?
5d8, and I'm assuming he's going to have less than 5d8 hit points.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll roll a couple and see how it does. And I suppose if anyone's nearby, they'll also fall asleep as well.
Lowest ascending hit points, right?
Yeah.
So 20 feet the point you choose. Ascending order of hit points.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the lowest first.
So, Alvin, how many hit points do you have?
3.
Okay.
10, 18, 22, 30, 35.
35. Okay, well, Alvin, you fall asleep. Is it a saving throw or is it just
No,
sleep?
it's just a full sleep.
Okay, Alvin falls asleep.
Does my barrel disappear?
Yes, it does.
No.
How many hit points does Gruff currently have?
7.
7.
I put everyone out. That's 35 hit points.
Yeah, I know. She hasn't been punched at. Ron's on 8. Okay, so you fall asleep. The wizard falls asleep though.
That's alright.
As does the halfling.
That's alright.
How many hit points do you currently have?
8.
So 16.
We all just fall.
My bad.
God, that's to wake everybody up.
19.
It's like, I'll just wake up you guys. You can
26.
just punch it.
35.
35.
You also fall asleep. So you try and cast sleep. It goes badly immediately.
Yeah.
As 3 of your companions have sort of collapsed to the ground, but so have 2 of the others. So it's now an even playing field with
It's cool.
you, Beak, and let's see who's still standing. This half orc and the balding man are still
Ooh.
standing.
It's swayed more in their favour, I feel.
You fucked up, man.
I didn't realise the wizard was so close to us.
Unfortunately, so.
Oops. Oh well, what do you do?
Got fucked up.
I don't fucked up. I did not predict this would happen. I'm a terrible member.
Osiris' turn looks at this happening. Looks around. It's basically 2 of his companions sort of going, but so have like a lot of everyone
I
else.
feel we should call this a draw.
And goes sort of looks at your body, sort of sleeping on the ground, and goes, I have some standards, and just goes to kick Beak in the face.
Whoa.
Missing though, she kicked you sort of duck backwards as he's gone for a swift boot. Valeric, you are asleep. Yeah, you're just asleep.
No. Until you're woken up.
Really? Quite well.
In 10 rounds.
Did you say 10 rounds?
1 minute.
Back up to the top. Beak, your turn.
Seeing this, what is it? Is it the puffle?
As people fall asleep, you hear sort of a ooh from the crowd watching.
Who is it attacking me?
The balding man, Osiris.
Well, I look a bit confused because we've fallen asleep, and
Hard to tell.
then I'm just like, orders, and then I just punch the balding man. That's a 11.
11 is a miss, unfortunately. It's scraped up against his armour and believes him otherwise unaffected.
Then I
This can actually
say,
take quite a while.
I've cut down the number of turns.
True.
I'll get you up. You're like pretty down. Actually, no. There's a half orc down as well.
Half fucking stand.
The half orc's done more than you, I think. I've got a half.
and
We got more
as
hits.
I like go to punch him, I just go, sorry, brother, like the half orc did.
Okay.
Oh, you got better.
He looks very confused. You think you're sort of disconcerting him
One roll
somewhat.
so far.
Next to act is Gruff, who's asleep. The wizard, who's asleep. Galadon, who's unconscious.
Can't deny my efficiency.
Cerilda looks at the half orc on the floor.
Serilda is, to clarify, for...
Oh, it's the female half-orc. Sorry, you haven't actually heard her name yet, but
I won't write that down.
but someone will say it. Isias will say it's just you and me now, Serilda. She goes "Pff, easy. What's her intelligence? She's not that smart.
Cool, I know what to do.
She's gonna go for a swift kick on Gruff, basically, on the floor.
Savage.
She hits, unsurprisingly. She has an advantage as she crits.
Brutal.
It's a glancing blow. You still take 4 points of damage as she kicks you in the gut, but you do wake up.
Oh, well.
And when you wake up, she goes, "Oh shit." Alvin, your turn. You're sleeping. The halfling is sleeping. Garth, your turn.
I'm going to cast sleep again. I mean, there's... How many hit points do you... doesn't matter. Oh, maybe not.
I have 3.
Maybe you're just going to be... How do the others look? How do they look?
Isias looks pretty healthy enough. He looks like he's been in a lot of bar fights since time.
Oh, dear. Maybe I won't do that. That sounds like a bad plan. I'm going to... They're looking like any of them are looking at me.
I mean, Isias is giving you sort of a sideways glance as you... Because it's clear that you cast a spell.
Mm. Just going to cast Mage Armor on myself, I feel. Whoop. Yeah, when they look at me, I was like, whoop. And then I'll sort of take a step back. And then I'll go to Shield Heart and sort of like crouch next to him. Like, hello, wake up. I don't think I can wake up with this without an action. Yeah, I think you need an action to do it. Unless it says specifically, I don't know.
Someone uses an action to slap or slate the shape of the secret light. So you can do it, but you just won't be able to cast Mage Armor.
I'll do that, yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, you sort of... You're laughing...
Your god needs you.
You sort of roll and wake up, and you're lying on the ground. Looking down upon you is a dark-skinned man with dreadlocks. But sort of standing above him further is a still beefy-looking man.
Your god wants you to fight the beefy man.
Sorry, is it my turn?
It is your turn, yes.
Is this the balding, beefy-looking man?
It is a balding, beefy-looking man.
Am I able to stand up and attempt to
Yes.
throw him to the ground?
Yeah, if you were to try and grapple him, that'd be an athletics check, please.
Yeah.
22. 22. Well, he got a 21, so you do beat him. You grab him and you throw him to the ground. You sort of pinned him. You're basically grappling with him at this point.
Get the steel chair.
Hit him with the chair! You grappled, he's thrown to the ground. Yeah, he's currently caught up in that. And Asias is going to try and kick you off. So I need another athletics check from you, please.
I'm not getting the grease. I was already grease stains all over.
Oh dear, you got a natural one.
I got a 21.
Okay, well you try to throw him off, but you basically keep him up against the ground. Back up to the top, Beak's turn.
Well, I guess I just attack the guy. I say in a sort of educated voice, "Give up while you still can." And then I wasn't really educated, but
So you're kicking the one that this man has currently got grappled, yeah?
oh, is he grappled?
Yeah. And then there's the half orc who's just kicked the other half orc on the ground.
I'll attack the grappling.
Okay, no worries. You're at
Just let him
advantage,
kill,
I
like, beat
believe?
the
Not with
half
grapple.
orc to death.
Not with grapple. Okay.
Only if they're restrained, but I don't think there's any way to make them grappled from the bake.
You can pin them, which restrains them if you
Oh.
have the grappler feet.
Just to confirm
Okay.
something, you don't have your own voice of your own, do you? Do you just repeat things you hear?
Yeah, it's just mimicry.
Oh, okay.
It's quite
Sorry,
Do I get
It's
advantage?
not much-
No advantage.
That's a 15.
15, that is enough to hit him, yes.
3 points.
3 points damage. You kick him in the side of the gut.
attack this guy.
And then as I hit, I mimic a crowd going,
My guy's like, not him, lad, not him. My guy just gets
Gruff, your turn.
Go on, Gruff.
So I'm lying on the floor still, aren't I?
Yeah.
So I kind of roll round, pick up the rolling pin, smash it into my cousin's shins,
Okay.
Jesus.
and see what happens.
Okay, make me an attack roll, please. Make it disadvantage.
So what does that mean?
Roll twice to take the lower result.
Okay. Okay, that's a 7. Oh, sorry, 11.
11. Hang on one second. Unfortunately, that's not enough. She sort of steps away, goes, bit underhanded of you, she says with a toothy smile.
She's got big teeth.
Also, she did kick him when he was a son,
Yeah, she was
so
slimy.
there is no underhand against her.
In return, she's going to try and stomp on your face.
Oh wow.
She doesn't seem to be a particularly pleasant woman.
She
She does have advantage. Unfortunately, the highest you got is a 13.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm a 12 at the moment.
Okay, well, you take 4 points of damage.
Okay, so I was currently on 3. So
Okay, so you're basically knocked unconscious. You're on 0 hit points, and you just, as she kicks you on the face, you sort of become unconscious. You go, ha ha! Idiot.
She's a meanie.
Alvin, your turn. You're still asleep.
I'm so asleep.
Strongest.
How have I collapsed? Like, how do I look? 'Cause I was
Basically, you look like this, and you just sort of gone. You're basically sort of curled up in a sort of fetal position, but still sitting on the ground.
I am like.
I like that.
oh,
That's a good
sorry.
image.
Garth, your turn.
Oh dear. You're awake. You're okay.
Garth McQuarter is currently unconscious on the floor.
He's unconscious. You can't do anything about it.
No.
You're dead. You could die here.
It's fine. You're stable because you've been knocked unconscious. You're not. Don't,
Oh, I'm not gonna bleed out. That's okay.
No, I just had someone stamp on my face.
You're fine for that.
Or something that might like.
No risk to life whatsoever.
not this.
D&D, man. You get stabbed the next day you wake up like, oh, this is...
I've healed miraculously.
Just push them all together, it's fine.
Scab up
I need
overnight.
to stop eating. Like, I've literally finished all of that pizza. And then
Do you want some of mine?
No, Christ no. I ate all of that and then I'm eating. I've gone straight onto popcorn and I just haven't.
That shit, Tom. Garth, what are you doing?
I'm just going to take a few steps back, I feel, and then be like, I've done my part here. And then I'm just going to go sit down again because there's only the tanky guys left. And, yeah.
Okay, Sias's turn. He's just going to try and punch you. Yeah, he's just going to try and punch you. Basically just try and knee you in the gut while you got him grappled. So he's going to take an attack roll at you. It hits, unfortunately. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. He knees you right in the groin.
That's right, it's still alright.
Valeric, your turn.
Kill him.
Because I've got him grappled, do I get an advantage on
No.
attacks to him?
No, you just can't move.
Right. Okay, well I'm just going to try and...
Smite him with your head.
Smite
him with your head!
I'm not sure that smiting someone is a good idea right now. Yeah, I'm just going to try and...
No.
You dirty boy.
I'm assuming that's just the same as I just grabbed.
Yeah.
Alright.
There we go, there's a hit.
21.
21, that's a clear hit.
Right.
What do I use my head?
D3 plus your strength bonus.
Yeah.
5. So 5 in total.
So 5.
Okay, you nut him in his head, and his eyes roll back. He goes, fuck! He looks pretty beaten up. Beak, your turn. What are you doing?
Is the guy still alive, the bald guy?
Yeah, bald guy's on the ground. He's still alive, and then there's the half orc who's just basically kicked the other half orc in the face and down for the count.
Kick the guy on the floor.
Okay, go for it.
8.
8 is a miss,
Wait,
unfortunately.
is he on the floor? Does that mean he get advantage?
He is prone, actually. Yeah, you should have advantage. I apologise about that.
I'm assuming...
It's an 8 again, so never mind.
Solid double 8.
It's full action now.
I still go, ooh, like the crowd.
Some good quotes coming out of this.
Might
one
not
already.
survive. Depends if it hits me or not.
When I wake up, I'm going to
Alright.
write all this
One
down.
of us will finish you in the ground.
When I'm told about it.
Garth, your turn.
Was it my turn again?
Yeah, everyone else is on the ground or sleeping.
Fuck.
Or unconscious.
Unconscious. So it's just the 2 tanky guys here.
I should be Cyrilda, actually, but she'll go after you.
No one's really touched Cyrilda, have they?
No, she's looking fine. She looks a little bit cut up, but I think she took a... No, she didn't take
I'm not
anything.
going to lose this.
Just try sleeping him again. Well, he's going to get all of you.
That is true.
It probably will get
If it
everyone's
get-
butt hurt.
Yeah.
2d8 damage.
And it might put everyone to sleep.
I'm going to ready an action to cast sleep. If she takes maybe another hit or 2, maybe if she like looks a bit weak, or maybe if like it looks like they've missed a few attacks.
Well, I guess if everyone's down and she turns towards you, then you can...
Yeah.
Sleep.
Fuck yeah. If everyone goes down, then I'll be like sleep. Then I'll be like,
Okay. Well, Maybe at this point, all the patrons as bar backed off. Now everyone's just watching, and some people are cheering. It looks like you guys were the favourites for a little while. Now a few people were cheering for the bald guy, but then as soon as you nutted him, people are back on your side now.
Valoric man of the people.
However, Cerilda is going to sort of step up to you and try and punch you.
Emphasis on try.
And try she does, but fails she also does. As she swings to punch, you sort of pedal back and squawk a little bit. That puts her a bit off kilter, and you can go in for a blow if you wish. It's your turn.
Yeah.
Miss Valeric, sorry. It's not your turn. Valeric, it's your turn.
Excellent. I'll go.
Not again.
This time I'll go for a punch first.
Okay.
I liked his voice.
Basically,
Nice
No.
He's less than 10.
No.
no, unfortunately, you swing, but you sort of punch through his chest, but it's of the armour there. Now, Beak, it's your turn. It's your turn, Beak.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch the
Go for it.
I'll do beats right at the end, sort of like just go straight for the beat.
12.
12
Throw it out.
is a hit, yes.
Sorry, I just had a moment.
He's like feasting on her.
1.
1 point of damage. Okay.
Just tears her up.
Oh, she has been hit before, actually. That's not correct.
Oh,
Okay.
fucking hell.
She's looking wounded, but not particularly
Headbutted
bad.
someone with his beak. That would surely count like a dagger.
Well, he has like a beak attack.
Beak attack, yeah.
Garth, what are you doing?
I don't think I do.
Me
Except
again?
for that
Yeah,
Alvin
fuck.
attack.
Same thing again. If one of them makes a move to come towards me, I'll sleep him.
Okay.
Yeah. Or yeah, that'll do. Unless the half orcs.
Asias is going to try and go for another sort of knee in your chest. However, you sort of shift your body weight a little bit and sort of roll to the side, and he just comes up short. So Rilda's going to go for another punch on you, hitting you unfortunately for 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's alright.
And now Valeric, it's your turn.
Back to the original working tactics of a known nut.
A good old nut, yeah.
Oh! Does a 21 again?
Yeah, that's a hit.
That was almost net 20, wasn't it?
No, it was nearly like a 3. So again, that's 5.
5. Okay, you headbutt him, and his eyes roll back as he drops unconscious. At this point, Cyril sort of goes.
Son.
Well, I think you've won this, but we'll call it a draw on my behalf.
Wait, is that the half orcs?
Yeah, she sort of looks around a little bit and goes. Gives you a smile, which shows off sort of underbite, two long sort of bottom teeth. Yeah, we'll drop out of combat there. She sort of looks to the others that are sleeping. Clearly now she recognises it, shakes them awake, and working together they sort of look at you and they slowly drag Asias and Galladon, who are currently unconscious, away. As they do so, the piece of paper that Asias was clutching is no longer in his grasp and sort of lying there on the floor. The initial causation for this fight. They drag away, and as they do, they look back up. Cyril looks up at you and goes, "Next time, we'll fucking have ya," and sort of shuffle off.
Was it Cyril?
Cyrilda.
Yeah, what was everybody's name?
You didn't get the halfling's name,
Okay.
but the bald man was called Asias. The mage, Rambert, Rambert,
Sleeping over there.
the half orc was Cyrilda, and the half elf was Galladon.
I feel like that would have gone a lot better if you hadn't just
Sleeped off the party.
sleeped half the party.
I think, well, we won in the end.
Yeah, no, it was
I'm still asleep at this point, aren't I?
Yes, you are. You're sleeping merrily.
Beak is just because he's just literally just coming from like a fucking trek, so he's just gonna sit down and start reading a book. I mean, what do you guess? Oh, he's also gonna make the sound of like a cat, like purring, because he's happy that he like won.
Okay.
He doesn't know what the fuck's going on, but he's happy.
I'm still lying in the middle of the.
Yeah, you're sprawled out unconscious. So at this point, the proprietor of the thin man has run up to you and sort of given you a shake.
And then I just start snoring because I've actually just fallen asleep now at this point as well.
Cliff goes, that was unnecessary. You didn't need to start a fight.
They started it first.
This is not the point.
They started it first.
Actually, I think I started.
You did actually.
He's fucking clubbed one.
It's like we're on the argument. The cook walks in, just starts smashing people with a tray.
What was the guy that got knocked out first called?
Galladon.
Yeah, I believe it was this Galladon fellow that was the main protagonist.
At this point, his wife comes out,
good guy.
a very homely and very large woman, bright red of cheek, and clearly the exact polar opposite to this skittish and frightful man. Goes, doesn't matter. They started. They're barred. Not allowed in here ever again.
I'm gonna go and wake up Alan because he was nice.
Okay.
I'll show you. Well,
We won.
And you're paying for that chair.
I don't want sleep left on this guy. No, I won't. I will pay for the chair, which is fine.
Get better. The woman says. She looks out and looks at the chair.
I'll of course pay for the chair. How much for the chair?
5 silver pieces.
Let's make it 7, just for the added loss of the chair.
Yes, 7.
There you
It's
go.
good.
Okay, I'll give her 7.
Thank you. She takes the coin in her hand, looks at you all sort of Stormblood and Cliff. He goes, I'm sorry for my wife.
I don't believe I've got your.
No, I'm sorry. I'm Cliff, and my wife is Yara. We're the Rudhells. We own and run this place. So poor Gruff been knocked unconscious, just trying to defend this pleasant tap room.
Does to wake someone up from being unconscious, do they need like?
He's just been punched unconscious. He'll be back up in a couple of minutes, probably 5-10 minutes or so. You sort of pull him over to a corner, and you Cliff sort of sprinkles some water on his face, and he sort of mouth, and Gruff sort of rolls awake again.
Gruff stew, whatever it was. I need some gruff stew.
We'll get you some gruff stew.
Thank you. Oh, McCorkton stew. I'll write it down here.
Okay, Cliff.
I'll pay for his McCorkton
Notepad you're
stew.
referring to.
I think a round of McCorkton stew for all of us. I feel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Not safe.
That they've those they call themselves the Roughriders. They've been in here quite a lot. They tend to get rowdy quite easily, especially that
rough.
they do. Yes.
Do they ride horses?
I don't know. I don't think they have any horses. I think they're too poor for it.
That's a shame.
So am I. I don't have a horse either, but we have a stables. Or we don't. I wish we did.
One day you'll
Maybe.
have the stables.
One day, a stable could be made.
Perhaps one day. Sorry. Please.
Not
Thank you for running those idiots out. They tend to hang about. You may see them again, but if you just ignore them, they're idiots. I suppose if you want anything, please just come to the bar. He sort of shuffles off, leaving you strangers mostly, sort of standing, looking at each other. Apart from Beak, who sort of sat down and started reading a book.
What are you reading, little man?
I mean, I can't really say it, but
Can you not speak tall?
no, so got mimicry. I haven't heard.
You can only say stuff that he's heard before.
Oh shit!
I
I
looked
mean, you
down.
can see.
I looked down at the book and I'm still kind of hazy, but I try and make out what's written on the book.
What is the book's name?
It's called.
How to fit into polite society. Not with
For Johnny's.
Tales and Adventures in Glannam by Sebastian Sinclair.
There you go. That's the name of the book.
I've read it. It's a good classic. Tales of Saint Sebastian. He was a good writer. Very good writer.
Yeah, he towards the end of his life, he got
He's
a
still
little-
alive.
Valaric's
Just fucking with the
I say, he's still alive.
Valaric's just completely spaced out with this talk of books, and then suddenly just bursts out with, "Well, I don't know about you, but that was great fun."
Yes, it was, Sir Knight. You were quite heroic in your grappling of that.
And quite holy as well, by the look of your garb.
Yes, I am a holy man.
The beating up the local folk is that covered in your tenets.
Well, it didn't seem fair, a fight 4 against 2. You needed a bit of support.
I'm not going to say no.
You slept for most of it.
Whose fault was that?
Whose fault was that?
I don't know.
In fairness, you probably don't know whose fault it was.
Oh yeah, that was rather strange.
During this
Well,
conversation,
works in mysterious ways, my friend. As do the gods.
Well said. Well said.
Tell us about Torm.
Tom's a lovely chap.
What part of his tenets do you most agree with?
Oh, all of them. I can't actually remember what I said so about looking it up. Oh.
It's the god of self-sacrifice.
Alvin is furiously writing down like this dialogue. He's pulled his playbook out and he's immediately just writing down, like grinning while everything's happening here.
You're right there, Orc. You saw the
No,
grass.
so as soon as we started talking about the books and gods and everything, I've already been in the kitchen and I've emerged with another tray full of bowls of soup. And
The bowl, carrying it's a bit difficult mainly because there's a dent in the middle, so they sort of slide down slowly. Yeah.
Face-shaped dent.
yeah, but now I have a bowl of McCorkton stew for everyone.
It smells
It
delicious.
smells
Speaks very.
delightful.
speaks
What's
very
your
happy.
bonus? It'll be wisdom plus 2.
Yeah.
So is it McCorkton?
Yeah, MCORCTON.
As you hear it.
As you hear it.
Oh, dude, that's disappointing. 8. Correct. 9.
9. I mean, it's not amazing stew.
Yeah.
It's
So-
hearty and it fills you up, and it's clearly been made by someone who knows how to at least add some salt.
This is delicious.
No.
my
I'm
friend.
looking at the 6.
Oh, I thought it was an 8.
Yeah.
Is it? Thank you.
It's delicious,
What's-
my friend.
did you just add 2 to it?
Yeah. So
What's
I
your
have
wisdom
6
bonus?
plus 1.
Plus 1, so it's another plus 1, so it's 10.
Oh, 10. Oh, there we are. Standard.
Standard, yeah.
Average McCorkton's.
Yes, it's not my best word today, I must say.
You did just get knocked out, so.
I mean, I assume you got it from a tub. You didn't just make a stew.
Yeah, but it's been overcooking in the back whilst all this has been going on, so I haven't stirred it enough.
As I'm eating, I say, bless the Kenku.
You are a curious fellow. What is your name? What are all of your names actually? I'm Alvin Burntoke. If you didn't catch it earlier, you might have heard of me.
You're met with resolute silence.
A bit far north.
Your illusions are known far and wide.
I'm pretty sure.
Their efficiency
The illusion
is
is his career.
unparalleled.
I assume you know who I am, because the only reason you visit this tavern is for the famous McCorkton stew.
Oh, you're the McCorkton!
Yes.
Oh, your name has travelled far and wide. my
I
friend.
assume it has, yes.
It's wonderful to finally meet you in your stew. It's
I've
extra
had
delicious.
many a knockoff, but I think like the original.
Back
Yeah.
back to the kitchen.
Brilliant.
I'm afraid I've never heard of either of you, but my name is Sir Valeric Shieldheart.
A pleasure.
I say, I'm afraid I've never heard of either of you. My name is. I say, my apologies, sir. Greetings. My name is Beak. How may I serve you?
Beak. A pleasure.
Beak. It's a little on the beak, isn't it? Such
On
nose.
the beak, isn't it?
I believe that's it.
Work on the humour with the bird.
I just give a nod and we'll just continue eating.
Now, at this point, now the notice is firmly in your hands. It's a pretty straightforward one. Simply says bandits spotted 2 miles westward of Tamsworth. North of the road. Significant reward for capture or defeat. See Sheriff Radford for more information.
We get any XP for your
God, yeah. Everyone gets 50.
15?
Oh,
50?
15.
50.
5-0.
15 would be like, what's the point?
I don't believe I.
Actually, probably less.
Sleep spell was quite.
No, 50 is fine.
Oh, I'm glad you noticed it. I thought it would be efficient, and I didn't realise everyone was standing so closely together. I'm Garth Wildspire. It's a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you as well.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
No, thank you.
I'm just still piling my face full of soap stew, not paying much attention.
So you're a
to
big
what's
fan
going
of your own wares.
Yeah, Valeric is very much just engrossed in the stew.
Does Valeric have facial hair? Like, I just want to get this.
He's
in
just
before
got
I-
like
It's like
a
a
good
star.
amount of like 5 o'clock shadow going on.
Okay, so it's still kind of like.
Is it like
skin.
a perpetual 5 o'clock shadow?
Yeah, pretty much.
Does
It
Garth
just
have
never
facial hair?
changes, but
Clean
it's
shame.
And what about Gruff? Is he bearded at all?
Not at the moment, but he does choose to be at some point. So at the moment, he's working in the kitchen, wants to be a bit hygienic. So
To the net.
once he leaves the kitchen, he lets it grow a bit.
That's a hot look.
I'm sure we could enchant one of those.
Okay. What are you guys doing? It's getting pretty late at this point. Well, late-ish in the evening.
I've
You know
got
this place
coffee
doesn't have rooms. If you want to get rooms, you need to go to the actually just across the room, the Traveller's Notch. The Frog and Hammer is just a slightly down market version. It's a tap room rather than a tavern inn, unlike the one across the road.
Well, I feel awful for dragging you fine fellows into that fight, and I would be an honour if I could repay it by paying for your rooms this evening in the Traveller's Notch. I don't know if you've seen it.
Would I have my own accommodations?
You have your own accommodations here, yeah. They basically give you food and board for your work.
I'll be staying here.
And you never saw Gruff again. Admittibly, the rooms of the Tavern's Notch are significantly better.
Oh, well, if you're paying then.
Of course, this is what I suggested.
Oh, thanks very much. I'll need significant rest anyway after my still got throbbing headache. It's like you can feel my blood passing through my head at this point still.
You won't have to pay for my room. I put you to sleep, so I feel that is.
Well,
Oh, is that what you did?
I've been.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It does.
I give Valoric like a look,
man.
and then I look at Beak, and then I look at Garth, and I try and catch Garth's eye, just kind of like a grin, sort of, not insulting, but kind of like just amused.
Yeah, I don't even notice.
You focus on that stew, good man. You need it for your muscles. And your great holy work, which you know most so much about.
He does know it.
Are his forks glowing with divine might?
He's smiting that stew.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay. Are you making your way now? You've looked at the notice board. There is one other notice of particular
I did
import
make a
to you.
brief note of that.
Yeah, there's that one. There's
Strange beast attacking
yeah.
on the Caravan Road.
The last. There's other ones as well, like looking to sell. It's like it's like a board. So it's like there's a Lonely Hearts on there as well. All that stuff.
Is
But
there any
what,
books that have been sold?
actually,
Alvin flicks
unfortunately
the Lonely Hearts.
not. No. However, the last one that may be of use to you, there's a simple notice that says rats. Oh God, there are so many rats in my basement. I don't know what to do. Someone please help me. I'll pay as much as 2 gold pieces to anyone willing to help me. Agony.
Acne.
Keep that one. A sleep spell will be excellent there. Then we just bundle them all up and
Throw them in the river.
and watch them drown. That is not a
That doesn't seem to be a holy thing to do.
They're rats.
Is that
All
actually
life is
like
precious,
the
though,
god
is it not?
Agni? Like how it's a rat.
No, A-G-N-E.
Remind me.
Like the old lady name Agony. Not too many Hindu god of fire, Agony.
I can't.
He's just got like one bit of parchment that's just got big words on it saying,
He looks at
I
the
must defend the
It looks like on the inside of his arm there's a piece of paper taped.
To be fair, though, honesty, courage, compassion, honour, and duty. There's nothing in there does it say I can't throw a fucking sack of rats.
Can you tell me that you say that? Please, let me write that
Yeah,
down.
he said that. He just did.
Okay, so with that, with a few notices that you have clutched in your hands,
I take the Lonely Hearts column as well.
of course. There's one by Acne as well. Looking for a gentle old man to see out the end of my days with.
That's you.
You get the distinct impression that Agni's probably pretty old.
I could go right top round for the best of
I mean, we'd rather you didn't. As you go, head over to the Traveller's Notch. You sort of open the door, walk out onto the street, and head over, and we'll sort of have a short break here just to pause the recording and all that fun stuff. Okay. Thanks.